Hey everybody, James Tracy, memoryholeblog.com, and I am about to republish an essay that I originally wrote back in the summer of 2012 called The Financial Bearings of Manufactured Dissent. I think it has more relevance than ever in the wake of the exchange that myself and Nolan Higdon had on his article, Disinfowars, Alex Jones's War on Your Mind. And you can read that exchange, a good deal of that exchange anyway, here at memoryholeblog.com. But one of the reasons I'm reposting this is because it brings up a number of important questions and data points, specifically about how independent progressive left media are. To what degree are they tethered to powerful financial interests? What really defines alternative independent media? It all involves funding, perhaps more so than anything else. Now, this has quite a history in the United States. It goes back to the early 1900s, and it's something that is chronicled by Carroll Quigley in his book, Tragedy and Hope. Quigley remarked that powerful interests such as J.P. Morgan were intent on undermining the progressive left movements, liberal movements, by sponsoring or taking over organs that were read by individuals in those movements. This was done for three reasons. First, to keep informed about the thinking of left-wing or liberal groups, to provide them with a mouthpiece so that they could blow off steam, and number three, to have a final veto on their publicity and possibly on their actions if they ever went, quote unquote, radical. The New Republic magazine was founded with money from a close confidant of J.P. Morgan. His name was Willard Straight, and his spouse, who came from the Payne Whitney fortune. They remarked, "Use your wealth to put ideas into circulation. Others will give to churches and hospitals." But that's a quote. They have in mind influencing the ideas, the thoughts, and so forth, the motivations, the beliefs of activist and potentially activist groups. They set up the New Republic and established Walter Lippmann as one of its editors in order to do exactly this, to help shape the views of the progressive left. And they controlled the New Republic in some way, shape, or form up through the 1940s. So what is it like today? To what degree do these interests influence the progressive left media? Well, since the late 1990s, early 2000s, it's become a fine art form. And you'd be surprised at the amount of foundation money, and there's some contributions as well, but a lot of it is foundation money that goes into left-leaning media. You take, for example, Democracy Now!, the Monday through Friday news hour that is hosted by Amy Goodman. That had total support between 2001 and 2010 of over $25 million. The Schumann Center for Media and Democracy, they have assets. I don't have the records of 2001 to 2010, but they have assets of over $33 million. And they fund a lot of organizations such as the Nation Institute, publishes the Nation magazine, and truthout.org. The Foundation for National Progress, which publishes Mother Jones. They took in a total of over $46 million between 2001 and 2010. That's no small sum when you think about the extent to which these foundations, these powerful interests, are contributing to these entities. What strings do they have? What strings can they pull when it comes to questioning any of the content, to challenging the content, to motivating the staffs of these outlets to perhaps self-censor? Is this perhaps why we have no serious questioning of September 11th, 2001, the events that took place on that day, or other false flag terror events? Is it also why we have no serious questioning of the geoengineering programs taking place above the United States and elsewhere throughout the world? Is it also perhaps why we have no serious questioning of matters such as Agenda 21, which is real? It's not a conspiracy, folks. So again, when we think about progressive or just simply alternative independent media, what are we really getting at? Again, how independent are these media institutions themselves? Something we need to think about. What's the difference between getting a grant from the Ford Foundation and getting money from Ford Motor? What's the difference between getting a grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the Microsoft Corporation? I would argue not very much. It's the same money, folks. Those are just some thoughts on the recent exchange with Nolan Higdon, Project Censored, and the bearings of alternative independent media. This is James Tracy, MemoryHoleBlog.com.